we're gonna be in three, two, and how can I put you in there? There you go. Okay. Okay, Amani, thank you so much. I'm super excited today.
Me too.
Let me see if we are in. Stop streaming. Give me 1 second, Amani. Thank you so much for making this happen, Amani.
Of course, you all do all the heavy lifting. I just show up.
And it's not true. Okay, I think we're already recording. I may need to edit this. Okay. Okay. Okay, I'm ready. Good evening, everyone. My name is Ligia Sosel. I'm the Director of College Access here at the Indiana Latino Institute. I gotta tell you today, we have wonderful news and we have an amazing guest tonight. So you guys in the right place to fill up your Common App. Well, today we're gonna do August 18, how to navigate the Common App and what is important. What do we need to learn about the Common App? Hello, seniors in Indiana. You guys are in the right place to start your dreams for post-secondary education. Let's see what else is next. Okay. I would like to introduce you today with Amani, who is a wonderful and expert supporter for us from Coming Up. So I will let him introduce yourself and thank you for being with us today, Amani.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for having me. I'm Amani Manning. I'm at Common App on the Student Success team. I'll be giving you all a brief walkthrough today. Hopefully, get you associated with the Common App and answer all the questions you might have.
Wow, thank you so much, Amani. We actually are so grateful with you and with all your whole team because you guys are doing such an amazing job. And having the Common App is a wonderful resource for all of our students. And you know what? It's the beginning. It's the start for everything. We always tell our students, hey guys, just fill up your Common App. This is gonna make everything easy, and they will learn everything about that today. It's like they just know the theory, they just know how to work, but they don't actually know how to do it. Or maybe they have experience from somebody else, so they heard it before. But today we're going to go in depth and learn about it. And we will
Hmm.
know that it's like super easy to navigate when we have an expert like you explaining us and telling us how it works. Thank you, Amani. So we are almost ready to hear all the wonderful presentation that you have. But can you tell us a little bit, where are you located today?
I'm located in Raleigh, North Carolina today, having
Woo!
some great weather.
Oh my goodness, you are so lucky. You're so lucky. We do have a really nice weather, but it's a little hot in here in Indy. So I know our kids agree with that. It's super, super hot. Okay, I think we're going to be able to share the screen now. And please feel free to do it, Manny.
Alrighty. Alrighty. Should be sharing my screen now. We good to go?
Yes, I think it would be really good. That's perfect. Yay! Let me see.
Oh,
Let me see if we can do it right now. I will move it to the other screen. Oopsie. There you go. And we're able to see it.
Okay, perfect. All right, so is it okay if we just go ahead and get into it?
Yes, that's perfect. Thank you so much, Amani. I think it's perfect.
Awesome. All right. Well, like I said, I'm Amani Manning. I work at Common App, and I'll be giving you all this brief walkthrough today. Hopefully, we can answer a bunch of you all's questions. So, just to do a quick overview, we'll talk a little bit about Common App in the community. We'll talk a little bit about what the application actually looks like. I'll answer any questions you have, and then I'll leave you all with some resources. Feel free to put questions in the chat, any
Yes.
chat function, and we'll recover those questions. There will also be time at the end, so please don't feel rushed to ask any questions. No such thing as a bad question. I'm here to answer them all. All right.
Thank you, Amani. I'm so glad you clarified that because we have available the chat too, and also the kids just can press the just use the texting. The same phone number that we use at the office is 317-472-1055. So please, kids, just feel free to ask and send your questions. And also, as Amani says, right here in the chat, feel free to send it. We're excited to see a couple of hearts in there because they're excited and watching us.
All right. So at Common App, this is our student success team. There's four of us, as you can see, one, two, three, four. I'm the fellow on the far right. Happy to be here with you all today. So, like I said, we'll cover today. We'll talk about the Common App community. Common App is bigger and bigger each day. We'll talk a little bit about how I would recommend approaching the application. While it is a one-stop shop, there are a lot of pieces, and it's important to make time for each of those pieces. After that, we'll talk a little bit about some of the tools you can use, i.e., social media, i.e., our website resources. And then again, I'll answer any of your questions. Okay. So first and foremost, Common App is an online application platform. It is a one-stop shop. We have over 1,000 colleges. It's a place where you can manage all of your applications at once. You no longer have to go website by website to each school's website. You can do it all in one space. Um, Newer, fresher to Common App, we've added some financial aid and scholarship resources now.
That's right.
We've added some scholarship matching and just overall information on like grants and all types of FAFSA information. So we'll get to that a little bit later, but I did want to put that on you all's radar.
Good.
Um, for home, Common App is commonapp.org. That's where you can build your profile, create an application. That's for parents, teachers, students. Every person can start at commonapp.org. There's a lot of information there. I'm going to try not to talk too fast through this, but if you ever get lost, commonapp.org is home base. All right. So each year, more than 1 million students, a third of whom are first gen, apply to college through Common App. Um, at Common App, we are trying with every day to enable students more and more to apply to college. Um, it is our moonshot right now to get more students that are first generation students, meaning you are the first in your family to go to college. We want them to apply. We want you all to apply. Um, Again, Common App is for everyone, and we want to keep it inclusive, especially for students that are first generation. Let's try to keep that going. Um, Common App is a pretty big application website. We're big. We have over 1,000 member institutions, meaning that that's 1,000 colleges. Um, 300 plus are public. We have 50 plus international members. We're in all 50 states. We are in Washington, D.C., and we have partners in Puerto Rico. There's a lot of opportunity to apply to college in the Common App. One of the things that, especially for first generation students or students who haven't been to college, we think about cost. We have over 600 plus schools on our website that do not charge at all an application fee. Just something to keep in mind. I understand like
Mm-hmm.
affordability is it's tough for everybody. So there's
Mm-hmm.
600 plus options that are not charging you anything to apply to their college. Just wanted to make a note of that. Um, commonapp.org has an explore site where you can just literally look at the colleges and member institutions that we have.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to start to dive a little bit deeper, you can always use commonapp.org/explore, and that'll give you some grounding and some basis of like what the schools look like. There's various ways to search for schools and universities. You can search by location, size, mission, all types of things. But great use of Common App Explorer if you just are trying to get started and just see what kind of schools are on Common App. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Briefly, we'll talk about Tell Your Story. So the Reach Higher Pathfinder is essentially a guide. What my team has done is we've defined all of these terms. What we all are either first generation or second generation on our team. So a lot of us did not know what it was going to be like going to college. So we created this guide, and it's basically it's definitions of all these terms. These are terms that we have all seen as we try to apply to college, as we work in the higher education space. These are terms that we just came across that we thought it would be worth defining them. If you scan the QR code, it will take you there, and all the terms are defined. This document exists in English and in Spanish.
Okay.
We're really trying to keep our information inclusive. There's a lot of our documents that are PDF ready and in English and Spanish, especially on our website. Um, One of the some of the bigger terms on this Pathfinder are like personal match and financial match. We want students to be aware of that. Think about the student population and housing. Another one is early action versus early decision versus regular decision. And that's something we'll talk about on the next slide. So often students don't know that there's multiple windows to apply to a college or university. The first is early action. It gives you an early response on your application, and you do not have to commit to the college until May 1st, which is a traditional deadline. Um, Early action is what they call non-binding. That'll be important as I understand, as I explain early decision. But just remember, early action is non-binding. You can apply to as many schools as you want to early action. It's up to you. Um, I think early action gives you an opportunity to really focus in and get some applications to some places where you really want to go, especially
Mm-hmm.
early on. Those deadlines happen earlier in the year, though. So October 15-ish, November 15-ish, you'll start seeing those application deadlines coming. For early decision, this one's a little bit different. This is really for one school that you really, really, really want to go to. If you were
Mm-hmm.
accepted early decision, it is the expectations that you are going to that school. It's almost like a legally binding contract. When you submit this application early decision, they expect you to come there. Okay. So early action, non-binding, as many of those as you want. Early decision, binding. So if there's a place you really, really have on your heart, and they have an early decision application window, really, I would say consider that. The final one is regular decision, again, non-binding. A lot of these deadlines are in January or even later. It gives you a lot of opportunity to figure out where you want to go. If there's some reach schools that you haven't quite applied to yet or haven't recognized, regular decision is a great opportunity. Um, some schools have rolling admissions and they'll accept applications through the May 1st, what is a traditional deadline. So again, a lot of schools in the Common App on the Common App have a lot of opportunities, a lot of different decision dates, and that's something you'll select when you choose the school. It'll ask you which decision date do you want to apply for. Okay.
Emily, we have one question in here. The student says, how do we know if it's right for me in a school for an early decision? How many schools do you recommend me to apply for?
For early decision, I would say just one.
Okay.
Um, if you're really getting after it, if you're really, really excited, like early action, if you're gonna apply, I would say if you can get your all the things you need together for early action, I would say apply as many as you want to.
Okay.
Like gives you a different opportunity.
Right. You know what? I think that that point that you say give you a better opportunity, that's really important for the students to know because some students just go straight to the part that like I like this university, I like that one, and they don't go forward and they don't look
Mhm.
for another options.
Mhm.
And sometimes the university I have at the top of my list, so the one I just consider that's going to be my only one, is the one
Mm.
who's not going to give me the better scholarship, for example. And it's
Right.
something that the students need to take in consideration. Apply for as much as universities as possible so we can have more options, the way you said, more options, and explore and have the opportunity to compare, right?
Yep. Absolutely. And on Common App, you get 20 options. So got a lot of opportunity there.
Perfect. Oh, we have another student here who says, can I apply for more than 10 universities at once?
Absolutely. And
Okay.
we'd love that's what we want you to do on Common App. As many as you can.
Okay,
We want to give you
perfect.
the opportunity.
Does the Common App has a limit of a
20.
to perfect? Perfect. So you hear that, guys? You can apply for 20 different universities, so you can explore your possibilities. As Imani says, there's international schools included in there. 15 countries, if I'm not wrong, that's what you say. And then how many states all across the country do we have
All 50
available?
states.
Oh, wow, it's great. So we have a lot of options in there. So our students don't want to stay just here in Indiana. I want to take a look at different possibilities. They can compare and apply for different universities as well. Thank you, Manny.
Of course. All right. Let's talk a little bit about approaching the application. We'll look at what the application looks like. We'll look at
Mm-hmm.
some of the various windows so you all can see. Okay, so this is our commonapp.org website. If you want to create an account, this is where you start that. Um,
Okay.
you go you go to the website, commonapp.org, and you click create an account.
Mm-hmm.
It's that complex and that simple. Um, on our website, on our homepage, there's a lot of resources. So at the top where it says like about, plan for college, apply to college, pay for college, that's where you'll find some more of those like PDF like resources. You'll
Okay,
find
good.
dictionaries, you'll find application plans, everything that you could probably need is going to be
Mm-hmm.
on this website. There's information for parents, teachers, counselors, and of course, students. This is where we want home base to be.
Mm-hmm.
Um, this is where you really start your journey. Okay.
Okay. That's perfect. And seems really easy to navigate, really clear. Yeah, the tab seems pretty simple, right? There says create your account, sign in if you already have an account. Okay, perfect.
Um, One thing I will be remiss to not mention, we do have a mobile app. Google
That's
Play Store, App Store works perfectly, just fine. You can do everything you can do on your computer, yeah, on the app if you need to. Um, so I just wanted to put that out here. I don't want to stay too long on this, but there is a mobile app if you like to use that.
that is fantastic. Is this a new feature? I don't remember it last year, but maybe it was there, but I don't remember it.
Yeah, it's there. I just kind of breeze over it sometimes.
Okay, you know what? That this just make me think like it's not an excuse right now for our students. They always can find the time. Let's say they create an account in one moment that they have a
Mhm,
recess or lunch.
mhm.
They create that account, then they can decide to apply and fill up the form. It's in their hands. It's
Yep.
easy. It's accessible, and the app is free.
Absolutely free. Yep.
So it's not an excuse to fill up your application.
Mhm, mhm. Yep. So when you do click create an account, this is the screen you'll be taken to. Um, you'll want to click first year student. That's how you'll be applying coming out of high school.
Mm-hmm.
Um, if we also do have a transfer application, and
Transfer.
then there are links for the education professionals and parent or other adult. So parents, if you'd like to see what the application looks like, you can
Mm-hmm.
create an account as well and
Oh.
see through the parent or other adult. You can see exactly what it looks like. Um, so yeah, this is where you start. To ask you like 5 or 6 questions. Really, really simple to create an account. I'm sure some of you have already done it, and you'll want to create it
Mm-hmm.
with a personal email address, not your school, a personal and professional email address. We don't want Sam Big Guns 27. We want your professional email address, your personal email address. And again, it's answer like 5 questions, and the account's created. And again, we do have a, you can create an account for if you're a parent, if you really want to see what it's like on the inside of the application.
I'm so glad you mentioned this part because you know what we have some students that they create everything for the university with their school email, but they
Hmm.
don't realize that when the school is sending, when the high school send it, that email is just going to disappear. And it's really
Yep.
important that you say that have to be professional because it's going to be a big transition for post-secondary education. It's the first step of being a professional out in the real world.
Right.
Yeah.
Uh, Yeah. So make sure you're using those professional emails, friends. All right. Briefly, let's talk about one of our affordability things. So we really want this to be accessible. So we have a fee waiver. The standard and qualification for that fee waiver is listed under on the slide that says examples of eligibility criteria. Um, if you do qualify for this fee waiver, all of your applications will be free,
Oh.
versus our just 600 that are not charging an application fee. Common App is a nonprofit,
Mm-hmm.
so we don't charge anything. The fee associated with it is the fee from the universities, their application fee. So it's
Perfect.
absolutely free to use the Common App. If you do not qualify for this fee waiver, then you
Mm-hmm.
will have to pay the college or university that you're applying to.
Okay.
But this is something that you can click onto once you create your profile. It will ask you, do you meet any of this criteria? And it's a simple yes or no, click and fill in a box. All right.
Mm-hmm.
So just want this to be at the forefront. We don't want college application fees to be a barrier. So if you meet this criteria, please do click into it.
Okay, perfect. And Manny, we have a question in here. How important is my ACT and SAT for filling up my application?
So that can be a trickier question because some schools do not require it. Um, if you have a really good score, I would
Mm-hmm.
say, and it's required, I mean, you're going to have to submit it. But
Mm-hmm.
if your score isn't great, I wouldn't worry about it too much. As
Okay.
long as the school doesn't require it.
Mm-hmm.
If the school does not require it and it's not a great score, then I
Mm-hmm.
wouldn't worry too much.
Okay.
Um, Especially on Common App, we try to give you opportunities to say like who you actually are in the application aside from your test score.
Oh,
That's one metric, a standard metric at that. And we want to just give students and everyone an opportunity to show up in their application, right?
okay,
So
perfect.
yeah, I wouldn't
Perfect.
say, yeah, it's not the end of the world that.
But we still encourage them to have a good SAT too.
Oh,
So may
absolutely, absolutely.
yeah, right. So they have a better possibilities for scholarships as well.
Hmm.
So yeah, so try to do your best.
Absolutely.
And yeah,
Yeah, I would, yeah. Always try to do your best. Like
it's not an option sometimes, right?
right, right. All right. So moving right along, this is what our application looks like this year. It's
Mm-hmm.
actually a little bit different looking. The interface just literally looks different. Everything is still in the exact same place for our Common App vets, but
Mm-hmm.
it just looks a little different. It looks a little fresher. It looks a little newer. It looks like the interface has been updated, frankly. We now have green bubbles where things have been completed, as you can
Mm-hmm.
see on this one, where it says like this student profile has completed their contact details. So that's
Mm-hmm.
green now. Um, to send applications, you need green checks, is what we say at Common App.
Perfect.
So if you
Perfect.
want to submit things, you need to make sure that your green checks are all checked.
All
Okay?
complete.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it seems really simple to navigate this here. I think it's clear, doesn't leave you the question mark. Oh, did I put my address? Did I put my language, the demographic? It's like everything in there. And at the moment you see your green dot in there, means you already achieved that part. You finished that part.
Yep.
And I have,
Absolutely.
is another question in here. Is if I haven't finished all the process or complete all the tabs, is gonna let me submit it or no?
No, you need green
Okay,
checks to submit.
okay, perfect. That's really good to know. Okay, wonderful.
Um, Final thing on this slide, you see this is the My Common Application tab. The Common App fee waiver question is also here. if you wanted to know where that was inside the application. It's that like
Oh,
sixth or
okay.
seventh under the profile. You see it says Common App View
Mm-hmm.
Waiver. That's where you can make that
Oh,
designation.
you're right. Yeah, it's perfect. Okay, okay. What kind of documentation? Can you please remind them what do they need to be eligible for this fee waiver? So the kids have it at the top of their mind and their parents as well.
You actually don't need any paperwork. It's just if you meet any of the eligibility requirements, any of those that were listed earlier,
Mm-hmm.
um, free SAT, ACT,
Mm-hmm.
so that voucher, or I can you a ward of the state or an orphan, just things
Okay.
like that,
Oh, that's
and that can be
really.
found on Common App slash Explore,
Oh,
commonapp.org slash Explore,
well,
or
that
Common
make
App
it
slash.
super easy. It's not any bit harder to find all of this information, and it's easy to upload it in there and just prove it that it's right when you say it.
Absolutely, one stop shop.
Good, good.
Okay, let's keep going here. This is what your dashboard will look like. Um,
Mm-hmm.
This is what happens when you've done your college search and you've added colleges to your profile. This is where they will land. Um, you'll be able to see more details from those specific colleges and universities. And then, like I
Mm-hmm.
told you all earlier, you can add your term or admission plan. That's where you'll
Mm-hmm.
pick what type of decision you want to make, when you want to make the decision for admission, and you'll choose when you'll be enrolling. So those two things can happen right there in the dashboard. But this is just your general dashboard where all the colleges listed um, that you are interested in. On this slide specifically, there are two things I do want to point out.
Mm-hmm.
Um, the last college listed on this one is Whittier College. There's a direct admissions offer. Um, we can talk a little bit more about direct admissions a little bit later in the deck, but
Okay.
Common App has started implementing direct admissions with some of our universities, and
Mm-hmm.
this is where the offers will show up after you've accepted them. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Um, the other thing I want to make a note of is in the bottom left corner of this slide, you can see the student's name is Penelope Peters, and you can see their Common App ID is right there as well. So if anyone ever asks you what your Common App ID number is, it's listed there
Mm-hmm.
along with your name. Um,
Perfect.
that will never change. Once you create the account, that is yours. Okay?
Perfect. Okay, I had another question, but I think it's easy to navigate in there. One of the students says, how can I select the college I'm interested on?
Yeah, so you can do a college search, and once you do college search, it'll just allow you to pick it, kind of like shopping on Amazon is the best analogy I can give you. Just click on it and it'll add it to your dashboard.
Okay, if they know how to do an order in Amazon and any other kind of website, this is super easy. They are shopping for their future and they just need to go exactly for college search,
Yep,
select the university or the college you're interested in, and it's gonna appear in this dashboard site, right?
that is correct.
Perfect, perfect.
Okay, let's keep going. Let's talk a little bit about a few of the sections in Common App. So this is a slide basically about the writing section. Not every school requires essays, but
Mm-hmm.
for the ones that do, they will accept a multitude of these. Any of these prompts or topics that you pick, you can write about. We do have a 650 word limit. That's
Mm-hmm.
not character, it's literally words. So feel free to write a bit. Um, we have 7 different essay topics spanning from personal growth to interest or talent, intellectual curiosity to a topic of your choice. There's a lot of opportunity here to write about whatever really you want to. Um, I would say go ahead and get started if you haven't. Start brainstorming. Essays can take a little while,
Mm-hmm.
um, but again, not every college university needs them, but some do. Some do require them,
Mm-hmm.
and you will have to write it. Um, in addition, some universities will require supplementary essays, and that will pop up on your dashboard as well as you try to apply to the school or university. Okay,
That's
so those are kind of two portions of the essays.
So the supplementary essays is something else that the university require with a specific topics, right?
Yes.
And And exactly the way you say it, the essay prompt that you have right there, the seven different topics. This one is a way to show your creativity, and you were mentioning it as a time for you to show up, to show all the knowledge that you have and the real interest, the person who you are.
Yes. Yes,
And
that is
why
exactly.
the and it's like another way that why the university should pick you, why the
Mhm.
personal growth is really important, and maybe this can lead you to a different career path. It can lead you for a scholarship or something different, something big.
Absolutely. I completely agree with that. So yeah, that's a bit about the writing section. Let's move forward. This is what the activity section used to look like. Again, we've had a bit of a user interface update, so I mean, it's going to work exactly the same. The colors are just going to be a little bit different. Um, in the activity section, again, we're just trying to give students, you all, an opportunity to show what you're doing with your time, show who you are. You can report up to 10 activities, and then they just want you to estimate the amount of time you're doing each activity. So it's from arts to music, clubs, sports, work or volunteering, even. Um, Really, just things that are meaningful to you. How are you spending your time? What are you interested in? That's where this goes. Um, if you have more than 10 activities, I always say prioritize things you have leadership opportunities in, things where you've had an award in, or just things that you're spending a lot of time in. Again, this is an opportunity for the people, the individuals who are admitting you to their universities to see who you are and what you're doing with your time. Um, one thing I do want to point out on here, under this activity one on the far right, the last question asks about if you intend to participate in a similar activity in college. I
Mm-hmm.
think that's important. Um, I think that's an important one to make sure that we're clicking. Again, admissions professionals want to know how you intend to show up on their campus. So I think indicating here if you intend to participate in a similar activity is pretty
Mm-hmm.
important.
Yeah, it's definitely really important that piece that you're mentioning because they will always are interested in having students who can show the best potential or the best that they have, or
Hmm.
be more creative or come up with wonderful ideas for the campuses, and being able to work, to have voluntary activities, to be participating in a sport is going to look better in their curriculum and their resume, and they're going to be more interested in them. And it's the same thing that we go back to it. It's like, oh, can lead you to some and a leadership position in your campus to
Hmm.
start great, to start it new and fresh.
Exactly. I think also I want to add there's a place for family responsibilities in the activity section as well. If that is where you are in fact spending your time, this is a place
Mm-hmm.
to list that. Please do. Please be honest here. They're not going to judge you in a harsh way for that. Again, this is just about understanding where your time is going. Okay?
Perfect. It's come like understanding their background, right?
Correct. We did add another question because we weren't digging quite deep enough. And it's
Mm-hmm.
really more about household responsibilities and circumstances. Um, so I'll just read this blurb. Sometimes academics and activities are impacted by household responsibilities or other circumstances. Sharing this information with colleges can help them better understand the context of your application. You may repeat information you already provided elsewhere in your Common App. Um,
Mm-hmm.
we just added these two new questions again, just to try to see what exactly people are doing with their time.
Mm-hmm.
Um, please fill it out honestly. It helps everybody. It even probably will help you acknowledge where your time is going.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Again, just tune into this and make sure we're doing it. It's in the activity section right under the activities tab. So just trying to help students be seen as they are and show up as they are as well.
Yeah, and I'm so glad you mentioned that piece because we have a lot of students who also are responsible supporting their
Hmm.
brother, their little siblings, picking them
Hmm.
up, helping them
Hmm.
with the homework. So that's really
Hmm.
important. That just make you show how your humanity, your compassion, your support, your caring, your love, and some
Yep,
are the big things that actually matter in a society and that can impact and change the world.
absolutely. Absolutely. They want to see that you are responsible, and we want to acknowledge that as well. Like we want to be able to show up as the people that we are. Um,
Yes.
okay, so let's keep going. We had a question earlier about standardized tests. You will have to report that if a university does require that. We still have over 1,000 colleges and universities on the application that do not require that. Some of them do though, and this is where you report it. It is self-reported uh, here. Um, you can toggle on and off which colleges you want to share your test scores with. Um, and then you won't be responsible for sending official school reports to the universities. That'll be through email.
Perfect.
But yeah, ACT, SAT, AP, IB, SAT subject tests. I don't know if they still have that, but all those things are where you'll. This is the space you'll do that. Uh, but yeah, pretty straightforward. Just put the numbers in and then send the school reports.
Perfect.
Okay. Um, this is the My Colleges tab, traditional tab. It has more information than your dashboard will have about each university. As you can see, the application deadlines will be listed on this tab as well. So you can see which application deadline you want to apply for. There will be links to the website for that university. You will be able to link to their financial aid office from this
Mm.
space and admissions office.
Mm-hmm.
There were also, we've added a feature 3 years ago that has a virtual tour now. So if you want to see what a school looks like without
Mm-hmm.
actually having to go there,
Mm-hmm.
virtual tour it is. Um, this page will also tell you what all the acquired requirements are. All your supplemental essays will be here as well. And this is also where you will submit your application from. So pretty important page here, your My Colleges tab. This is where the final pieces will come together after you filled out that common information. You've done your essay, you've done your activity section,
Mm-hmm.
you've reported your scores. You might have an additional essay in this section somewhere, maybe. Um, but all that happens right here, and this is where you apply from. This is also where you will do a FERPA release, and that's just so the universities can get your information, like your um, test scores and GPA and such like that.
Perfect. Oh, okay, Amani. I have another question in here who says, does all the universities that I selected are gonna appear like this one?
Yes.
Okay, perfect, perfect. So it's fantastic because you have all the information about the university, all the requirement, the financial aid, and the tour, so you don't get any surprises, and everything is listed exactly with the link that the
Mhm.
students need to press. Just to click in there, and then right now I'm the admissions office, so you just gotta look all the process, when it was started, exactly what you can say in the dates, so there's no way that you can get lost in this application because all the information is there and the links are there. So, okay, that's fantastic.
One other thing that will be listed on this page is if you need letters of recommendation, this is
Mm-hmm.
the space where that will be listed. We'll talk a little bit more about that in a few slides, but this is where that will be, your My Colleges tab. Okay.
How many letters of recommendations do you recommend to have?
No university on our application is allowed to ask for more than two.
Okay.
Um, Most of them don't require it by far and a lot. It's kind of like a more traditional um, ask,
Mm-hmm.
but no more than two.
Okay, perfect.
And here's our slide about recommenders. So there are four types of recommenders on the Common App: counselors, teachers, others, and advisors.
Mm-hmm.
Um, you, as a student, are in charge of selecting how the person shows up for the letter of recommendation. As you can see, different roles have different privileges. So
Mm-hmm.
if there's someone like your counselor on your application, they'll be able to track your student progress if you allow them to, and they'll have to submit your school forms. Teachers, again, can help with letters of recommendation, or if the school, the university asks for a teacher evaluation, um, that will be their role. And then there's just typical recommenders, literally almost anybody can be your recommender, clergy person, coach, boss, anybody that you would want to write a letter of recommendation. All you need to do is make sure that you type in their email address properly, and it will
Mm-hmm.
send them an invitation.
Oh, that's perfect. So that means you don't have to write it. You don't have to do the whole process. It's going to be the person that you ask for it, and it's
Yep.
always good first to go. Let's say, Mr. Johnson, I'm filling up my application, and I would like to ask you if you can help me.
Mhm.
And I will send you the link and just explain yourself and ask for that. It's always use your kind manners and ask
Mhm.
first. So your teacher, your counselor, or the advisor doesn't get surprised. Oh, what is this? You need to give heads up, right? Heads up.
Yep. And if someone does not know what to write, we have a few resources on our commonapp.org website. There's a resource called a brag sheet, and you can fill that out. And that's basically like about what you've accomplished, who you are,
Mm-hmm.
things like that. So don't let the fear of them misrepresenting you be a barrier. You can give them information to write about.
That's wonderful. So all the tips are there.
Yes.
Wonderful. That's great.
Just
So
take,
they just need to take a additional look and fill up the form in the right way.
just take your time. Okay. All right, let's talk a little bit about financial aid and then we'll wrap this thing up. So Common App has added financial aid information to
Mm-hmm.
the application now. You don't have to go outside of the application to learn about financial aid. And this is like through the US Department of Education. We have information on loans and work studies. They will also link out to state agencies and or just the federal FAFSA's website. Um, I'm not gonna go into deep with FAFSA here. That's outside of my wheelhouse, but that information can be found here, and you can link to their actual website through the application now. So again, it's pretty one to one, and this is just going to be in the financial aid tab. It's the little money bag that'll be on your on your big
Mm-hmm.
tab browser thing. Okay, let's talk a little bit more about scholarship matching. So we have scholarship matching now on Common App, and what scholarship matching is essentially you when you fill out your background information, that's run through the database where the scholarships are, and if you have overlapping information, you get a scholarship match, and you can apply for those scholarships. Um, Sometimes it can take a day or two to populate,
Mm-hmm.
but as soon as you fill out your basic Common App information, your profile, your education and activity section, you will begin to see scholarship information. So it is extremely important.
Mm-hmm.
It is extremely important to fill out your profile, education, and activity section. That is how you can qualify for scholarship matching. The earlier you can do that, the better. Um,
Perfect.
We plan to continue to grow this, so there will be more and more scholarship opportunities. But
Mm-hmm.
again, the early bird gets the worm. So go fill out that information. All right. And I mean, it's literally just their deadlines will be listed inside the application, so you'll be able to see them. It will tell you how much the scholarship will probably could be up, could be worth, could be worth, could be worth. Yeah, yep. And that will be right there. It has deadline tracking as well. So fill out your information so you can get some scholarship matching. This is one of our newer features, and we hope to continue to just create a space that's more robust so that students, can afford college a little easier.
Yeah, definitely. This is a great resource. Not only you guys are helping us to find a college, to find a university, and have the application just in one website, in one place. You just can connect, have the whole information, have your own tour so you don't get any surprises. And you say, oh, I never saw how to look like. You always
Mhm.
have the information in there just in a click, and also in your phone. You can have it just in your phone with a free app that is fantastic. And now with this new feature for a scholarship, it's like we know that college can be a challenge, how pricey it can be in the United States, but we
Yep.
also have the financial aid. You know what? I always like to tell this story. I have a student in the northern region. her mom and her, they started to have a big dashboard. They did their college application with the Common App. They applied
Mhm.
for all the universities, and during they started in the junior year, and for for the senior year, they already had like a $30,000 because they started to apply for little scholarship like this
Yeah.
one. And I'm so glad you say this because the matching scholarship is a bigger piece to support and be debt free. Be debt free because when you graduate, they're just gonna start it and go back to you and say, "Hey, pay me. You own this money, and your education was no free. We
Mhm.
you can be enjoying those for years, but then is when the reality happens. So it's really important that you pay attention to all of this. Amani was telling us, pay attention to your profile, your education, your activities. All of this is going to get you closer to pay your university easier, easier.
Yeah.
For example, if you say the multiple activities can give you a better opportunity, definitely. Right there, we have one for $60,000, 20 grants. Doesn't matter how small are the amounts of money. At the
Mhm.
end, we can start to collect, like my abuelita used to say, my grandma used to say, it's like a little egg in your basket, little egg in your
Oh.
basket, and then you just have the whole dozen. So that's what really matters. And now that you guys have this amazing feature, make it even easier because is the scholarships that each university contain and all the other ones that are available. And
Yep.
unfortunately, would be what we've been seeing the last couple of years right now, especially here in Indiana, is like the scholarships are there, but the
Mhm.
students doesn't take a look or extra effort, and all of those scholarships nobody
Oh,
take
wow.
them and I get lost. For example,
Oh.
not going too far. If I have to tell you a story, it's like we don't go too far. We have scholarships, our own scholarships here at the Indiana Latino Institute. We have partnership with universities, and some universities, some students just don't want to take it. They, oh, it's way too north, oh, it's way too south, and those
Mm.
scholarships get lost. Nobody take them. So this feature, listen, it's really important. The financial aid, you guys have it in your phone. Get in your Common App, create your application, fill up in the right way, and write a good essay. Write a good essay. Get your recommenders. Create your what else? What other advice do you have for the students to apply for scholarships and do write their Common App?
Yeah, I would say just show up as yourself. Again, we there's no cookie cutter way, right, to get into college. Like there are
Mm-hmm.
steps everyone must take, but
Mm-hmm.
it's important to just be genuine and be yourself. It is I cannot stress enough how important it is to make this thing affordable for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Apply for the scholarships, apply for the grants, write the essays. Like it's just a part of life at this point. Write the essays, just do it so you can. So when you do graduate and they give you your degree, you don't get the check that comes the next day. Getting the check is not fun. Take it from somebody who knows. It's not fun. All right, do apply for these grants, apply for these scholarships, match with them, and get little egg. You can compound them.
Yes.
Do
That,
that. That's great. That's great advice.
yeah, I'm so glad you say it this way. And it's like you make me feel like I'm more excited and looking for more opportunities with this way. It's like everything is available, and if I'm a first generation, that's not the barrier. If I'm international, I mean, if I'm not from even from this country, this is English is my second language.
Mhm.
Everything is available, and you always can find resources and help. The only
Yeah.
thing is just ask for help. And I'm pretty sure you guys have a website and also they have questions and answers as well that the
Yep.
students can refer and oh I don't know how to do this and then they receive the answer if I'm not wrong, right, Amani?
Yep. Yep. Absolutely. There are so many FAQs out there. Common App has a few. I'll show you ours in a few slides. But there are answers to the questions. You have to search them up.
Yes, and everything is going to depend of them, right? They can have the help that they need, but they have to have the interest in doing it as well. And because
Yep.
we have a lot of students out there that is like, oh, they think it's going to be easy, they think it's just going to come, but also they have to put a little bit of the effort. and the resources are here. We already explore, we already navigate the Common App, how simple it is to navigate. And we know that it's not going to be submit with if we don't finish all the steps. So don't worry about that piece. Just worry about filling up all the steps and do your best. Do your
Yep.
best. And if you have any questions, let me give a quick announcement in here. We have the Indiana Latino Institute. We have your free program, the college coaching program. And you know, it's absolutely free as a nonprofit organization, the same as Common App. We're here to support the students. We're here to make your post-secondary dreams come true. You want to be an engineer, you want to be a doctor, a nurse. It's always a chance in there. And nothing is impossible. You can dream and you can work so hard for your dreams. And this is just making your dreams a shortcut. Right, Amani?
Yep, I completely agree. Completely agree. You can do it.
Right, that's perfect. Okay, I have another question in here, but I think we already answered it. It says, does the universities ask for additional essays? And I think you already answered that question.
Yeah. Yeah. So there will be some. It's not even a lot of them, but there will some do ask for the supplementary essays, and you will have to do those if you want to submit to those colleges or universities.
That's perfect. And also, you told us that it's going to be displayed in the universities that I selected, right? And
Yep, in
it's
that
going to
dashboard.
tell us exactly the details in there.
Yep.
Okay, that's perfect. All right. What is the hardest part of filling up the Common App?
Hmm.
Maybe you started. Just kidding.
No, for real. Like it's just it is a lot. It's a lot of information that's required of you. I would say it's just the whole that's the mass of it. The fact that it's all in one place makes that so much easier. The fact that
You're
once you fill
right.
out your common information, it's just in every application now, so you don't have to do it multiple times. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I think that makes it better, but you do have to fill that information out, and it can feel tedious. Just
Yeah.
transparently, it can feel tedious.
Okay, okay. I'm so glad you say that, but you also mentioned the other piece. You don't have to do it over and over for multiple college. Let's say I want to apply for those 20 that we mentioned, those 20 college that we mentioned, but I'm going to just, the student decide to one by one. He have to realize, or she have to realize that it's going to be filling up this 20 times, 20
Yes.
times. But if they do it in the Common App, they just have to fill it up pretty much one time and then finish it up all the steps that the Common App require. And if the university needs additional information, we just have to work on that piece. But
Yep.
the Common App make everything easier, simple, and is for the 50 states and 50 countries outside the US.
Yep.
Okay, I have another question right here. Says, did you mention that is some information in Spanish? Does the Common application is in Spanish as well?
The application is not in Spanish, and that's not up to us. That's up to the universities uh,
Perfect.
in the U.S. So yeah, unfortunately not.
Yes, okay, but don't worry, we can still providing you some information and helping you out here at the Indiana Latino Institute. We can do the interpretation, we can serve you and help you to fill up and go through this application since we already have the information. Amani was teaching us how to do it. So this is amazing, Amani. Your help has been so grateful because you know what? We at the Indiana Latino Institute, we serve students at high school in order to graduate from high school to go to the university, and then we're still working with them and they until they graduate from the university. So all of these steps that you tell us also, I want to ask you, this is kind of personal question. Those are the students who already is in a university but is looking to switch to a different one, can they still fill up the Common App?
Yeah, so we have Common App for transfer for that exact reason. And Common App transfer works a little bit different because there's a bit like a different accreditation agreements and articulation agreements. So like the way your credit switch could be, it depends where you want to go, but we do have Common App for transfer students, and you literally just go create an account, and then instead of hitting first year, you would hit transfer, and it works pretty much the same way as the first year application works.
Okay, perfect. Oh, that's wonderful. This is really good to know. Amani, I have another question in here. What if I submit my application but I make a mistake? Can I edit it?
So once you submit the application, you would have to contact the university, but absolutely you can edit it. You would just
Okay.
have to contact them, and you can go to that page I showed you all earlier that has all of their information
Mm-hmm.
and on your dashboard, and you can direct contact to them.
Oh wow, that is just even easier. So, but the best part is like no, it's highly recommended to pay more attention and fill out the information right, so you don't have to do an additional step, an additional process trying to fill up and fix it, right? Okay, I think this is those are the bigger questions that we have right now. And we're so grateful that you are with us today, Amani. Thank you so much for helping us. It's last week was a little struggle to have the whole technology working, but we really appreciate that you make this happen, Amani. Thank you so much for all your support and flexibility and helping all the students here in the state of Indiana and helping them to achieve their dreams and fill up the application right. So well, do you have any additional words that you would like to share with our families here in Indiana?
I would say just keep going. It's we're living in some interesting times, but that doesn't mean you can't pursue your dreams. And I think with opportunities like you all's institution and your all's institute and like through Common App, these are the pathways that we're gonna have to take. So use the resources, lean on each other. Going to college is a community decision. It's a big decision. It's a family decision. You look out for each other. I guess would be the advice I would give.
That's a really beautiful advice, Manny. Thank you so much for this and for giving them this advice. And yeah, let's look for each other. I like that part that you say, and we're so grateful to having you here. And we hope that you would like to join us again.
Of course. Of course.
Thank you so much, Amani. Thank you for this help, and we're looking forward to see you soon and see you again.
Alrighty, awesome. Well, thank you all for your time.
Bye. Thank you.
All right.